I think we're live now. Look, we're live. Yay.
Hello.
I'm just making sure everything is working correctly on the phone and everything. So if you're watching this, let us know if the audio sounds all right, all those kind of things. So
We moved into our
official spot.
official
Yeah.
video.
You might have
spot.
seen this studio when we create videos, but this is the first time we're trying it on a live stream. We're doing the Wi-Fi, so things could go wrong. So we're just gonna
We're
see
still
how it
working
goes.
out how we're going to do this, what
Yeah,
time we're going to do this, everything. So
live,
bear with us.
yeah, live streams are always fun. It looks like. Okay, so let me see. It doesn't look like we're officially live yet. Let me see. It still says waiting. Let me see if we did something wrong.
I don't think so.
Oh no, I think we're good. It doesn't show that we're live on the phone though, so
Maybe it's just a delay.
I don't know. Usually the delay isn't like a full minute like this. Let me. Yeah, I think we're live. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
So, yeah. So as you can see down here, I think the way we're going to structure this video out is we're going to be showing. Oh, cool. Mark's here. What's up, Mark?
Hi Mark.
Yep. You know Mark. He lives in Pittsburgh. We're close by. You know how we are. We're in Philly, so he's doing lots of good content out there. But yeah, we were just planning on structuring this video out in like years. So in the bottom left, is that the left? Yeah, we're just gonna kind of segment it out from 2018 or 2014 all the way to like today, just to kind of get an idea.
Just talk about how our business has changed over the years, because a lot has changed in the 10 years that we've been doing Wiki Design.
Sweet.
So I guess we'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So we started the business in 2014, and at the time it was really just me doing most of the work. Mark still had a full-time job. I had gotten laid off from several jobs. I started to notice this pattern of getting hired for 6 months or a year. They used me for what they needed, and then they would lay off me and a bunch of other people. That happened to me several times, so I kind of got tired of that. And
that seems to be a trend in like the smaller businesses. Like they literally will use people for a project and then lay people off. Like that's pretty common, I would say.
Yeah. Particular one company that I worked for was very good at doing that. I'm surprised I even actually lasted a year and 3 months like I did, because they would literally hire people and then fire them the next day, which I never understood, especially since they were using a recruiting service. So you have to pay every time you hire somebody, whether or not you
that sounds
use
like
them.
An administrative hell. Like, why would you do that? Why would you hire people, do W-2s and all that crap just to fire them?
It was not the greatest place to work. Yeah. So I honestly just was getting tired of that, and I was getting tired of making other people rich, and said, you know what? I'm going to do this on my own. Yeah. And that's when Wiki Design was really born. But it was a lot different than it is now. It was just me, and it was me just really grinding, just trying to find any type of work that I could do. And some of it was good. I made a lot of good relationships with people, but some of it was pretty bad as well. I worked for some people that I wouldn't recommend getting into a situation with. But at that time, I did grow.
Yeah. At that time, I was working at an engineering company. It was called URS Corporation. Then they got bought out. When did they get bought out? Around 2013. They got bought out by AECOM, but it was the world's largest engineering firm. And then I think now they're like second or third. But anyways, I was doing website development for all different types of engineering projects, also doing like 3D animation. So at that time, I was all in, and I wasn't quite ready. And you can see in this time frame, 2014 to 2018, I wasn't ready to quit. We didn't have enough like full-time income coming in.
Business. But it was growing. I was growing it myself, and Mark was helping. After he would get off work, he was helping with stuff. So he was very busy, and I'm very thankful that you were able to help me grow the business to a point where he could quit his full-time job, and that happened in 2018.
Yeah. 2018 was the big year. Is that when we're looking up? We have notes above here, so just if you see me looking up, that's when we had enough clients that I was able to. Hey, what's up? Al's in here. What's up, Al?
Hey, Al.
I used to actually work with Al. Al is an old buddy.
Speaking of the devil.
Yeah, Al used to. Yeah, he was the Photoshop guru.
He still is the Photoshop guru.
He would do all the cool Photoshop. Any of the renderings that we would have, he would make it look good because we kick out the 3D models, and a lot of times they wouldn't look great. He would have to like make them pretty and everything. So yeah, that was definitely used to have a long relationship working with Al. That was cool. But at that time I was transitioning over. Let me switch the dates actually, because look at how prepared I am. Look at this, 2018 to 2019. Look at that. So yeah, that's when I was we moved up to Philly in like 2014. So I kind of had this planning. I was ready to go because I didn't really want to keep working at a big engineering company forever. So I was able to find an out, and that's when I was able to quit my job and then go full time doing this.
We really started to get enough work where that was possible. And it was really hard to make that transition when you're so used to working day to day, 9 to 5, to quit that and then just have to rely on getting clients and all of the things that come with running a business. I know it was pretty difficult for you
at that time. All we needed was really a couple clients come in every month to kind of keep the ball rolling, and it was happening pretty easily between this time frame, 2018 to 2019.
And that, I think a lot of that had to do with we completely rebranded. We actually started taking our branding seriously, and did for ourselves what we now do for a lot of other people. And shockingly, it worked. We actually, sat down and thought about, who are our clients? What kind of people do we want to work with? We got it looking more professional. We got, a professional strategy in place. And that really changed everything. Honestly, I think that's when people really started taking the two of us seriously.
That's when we also, I started really ranking for local keywords here in Philadelphia. So
that was all part of our strategy. Was we wanted to work with people from this area if we could, because we wanted to build relationships with people. That was always part of our branding.
We were ranking for a while for like Tampa web design when we lived in Tampa, Florida. So when we moved up here, we had to kind of rechange all of our website, make sure everything's ranking for like Philadelphia. So time wise, that took about 9 to 10 months for us to start to see that local people were coming in. So at that time, we were still doing like pretty old school way. We would have clients come to our house, have meetings, sign the contract there, give us the check. Like in 2018 to 2019? We were still doing that, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until the next years when we stopped doing that. But
it was good though. I mean, we had worked with a lot of really great people. Some of those people we still work with today, and the business was really growing, and it was honestly a lot of fun, but also stressful at the same time. It was pretty stressful some days. So we're not here to say that everything was great, because it definitely wasn't.
No. At this time, it was in between this time frame. It was a lot easier. Honestly, the inbound leads, we'll talk about this later, is they were coming in like left and right. Like we didn't have any issues. We were getting multiple leads like a week coming in. So, maybe if we had 3 or 4 leads come in, probably one of them would land. So we were getting almost like a job a week. It's kind of like, would you say that was about common?
Yeah.
Maybe every other week.
We were getting at least a few a month.
Yeah. So that was in this time frame. Is that everything? That's when we were just kind of playing around with YouTube at the time. We didn't know what the hell YouTube was going to do or not do for us.
We kind of were like, oh, maybe we can make a couple videos, but we didn't take it seriously at all.
So now we jump into the fun years when there was a lot of uncertainty for us, and that was 2019 to 2020.
Yeah. So we had a crazy idea to start working on the road, become digital nomads. You probably have heard that term before. So we did that for 6 months about, and then
a little more. I think it was almost like 8 months total. But we were planning to do a full year. We were planning to do literally right at the beginning of 2019. When did we start officially?
It was like October of 2019.
Yeah, that's right. Later in 2019.
And then
we were planning to do it for a whole year, just here in the United States. So we started here in Philly. We made it all the way down to the Vegas area. So we took a nice scoop down. And then we ended up in Vegas, which is where her parents lived. And then that's when the whole world just like shut down, of course. That's, what happened in
we all know what happened
April
in
2020
or
whatever.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I know. We tried not to. But our plan was to go into Vegas about halfway through and then reassess, see if we want to keep doing this.
And figure out
what we're going to do.
Trip, basically to get us back around. To loop back around. And then,
we were literally we had to stay we were using trusted house sitters. So we were house sitting for people's like pets and stuff. We literally had a whole like 2 weeks ready in Portland. And then it's really sad because the people that we were going to watch their pets for, this was probably going to be like their last like big trip. They were going to go on a big cruise because they were really old and been waiting for this. And then COVID happened and it shut down their cruise.
Completely ruined all of our. Go to like Italy sad. And I think Croatia. It was like this huge trip that they had been planning, for a long time, and I felt really bad.
Yeah. So that was kind of the thing, and so we were kind of assessing. I was getting a little bit tired of the digital nomad life. The thing that I hated the most, if you watch Jeffrey's channel he just did with Reno, they're talking about that. I hated not having like a dedicated workspace like that. That killed me, like literally killed my back, because what we were doing is sometimes we were working on a kitchen table. The next time we'll be working almost like on a couch or the bed. That's not good for your back. If you're trying to do, web coding, anything along those lines, you got to have a dedicated workspace. So that part sucks, being a digital nomad. Like
that was pretty difficult.
Yeah.
The thing that I didn't like about it was just the packing and unpacking.
Yeah.
But I really am so glad that we were able to do it for, the months that we did, because we got to see so much of the country.
Yeah. And the cool thing is if we didn't do it then, we wouldn't be able to afford it now, because
it's so much
no joke.
More expensive to travel in the United States now.
Oh boy, it's bad. We're literally trying to book a trip just to go to like Boston, which is a couple hours north of like Philly. We're just looking for October just to get an idea. It's going to cost like $1,500 to just get a hotel room. So we're no joke. We're just going to be traveling internationally now. Like we might take little trips here and there in the country.
Actually, there's places that we found that were cheaper for a flight and a hotel room.
And it's another reason,
another country.
Because I know WordCamp is coming up, and I think you're going, Mark, if you're still here. I know some other people are going. I don't want to spend the type of money going up there. I know you can write off as like a business expense, but I'd rather go to where are we looking? Amsterdam, Estonia. We can literally go to Estonia cheaper than Portland, Oregon. So our travel days here in this country doing it like that, I think they're done. So I'm kind of glad we were able to do it.
Yeah, I hope that things get a little cheaper.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to.
It can't keep going up, I don't think. Yeah. Cool. That was Allison. Yeah, sweet.
Thank you for
joining.
For joining, Allison.
Yep. So that was the digital nomad days, which was honestly that was the most exciting because we were literally running the business, having client calls on the road. So you do run into a few like hiccups where it gets complicated when you're crossing different time zones and then you're booking calls from like days before, and you're like, damn it, I don't know what time I'm supposed to join this call because they booked it a few days ahead and then we couldn't go. We never really, I think we missed one call out of all the things, but not too bad.
Yeah, there was a few times when we're like, oh wait, we're in the different time zone, and we would have to wake up like really early because
so that only
forgot.
Happened. Oh yeah, so Mark's gonna go. Yeah, we were. I wanted to go, and honestly, Croco Block they have that showcase day.
Yeah, we were trying to do a presentation for them, but we didn't get accepted.
Yeah, they showed interest in maybe sponsoring us if we did that. So long story short, we're not
WordPress
gonna.
didn't really wasn't interested in it. I don't know why. I think it would have been. Really
I know
cool
why
though.
because it wasn't Gutenberg stuff. I
Mhm.
saw the showcase stuff. They want to just be showing stuff that you can just do like with core and blocks. Whereas I was like, hey, I did this in Croco Block. They don't think they were that interested in like third party. So, yeah, it'd be cool to meet you one day. Yeah,
Mark, are you
maybe.
going to be doing any presentations at WordCamp, or are you just going?
Yeah, I think that I know they're going to do it again in Portland. They always do it like 2 years in a row. I think if it comes on the East Coast, maybe we'll go again or something. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe in a couple years, who knows? Because I think they did it in DC last year, which was close to us, but we didn't. We had like a conflict of interest, or the scheduling was off.
Yeah, I don't remember. We didn't go.
Yeah. All right, so let me just check. This is our first time using the Sony camera, and it looks like the battery is going down. We should be good. I have no idea. If it cuts off, it cuts off. We'll see what happens. We're just going with the flow. All right, so the next part was the 2020 through 2022. So this is when things started changing a lot.
Yeah, for everybody in the entire world.
Yep. Let me see what auto scroll does right here. What does he say?
We can meet.
Yeah, Harrisburg would be good. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah,
we like Harrisburg. We went to the Capitol, the Pennsylvania Capitol building, and that's my favorite one. That's one of the things that we do. We try to go to all the state Capitol buildings. We have like, I think 15 out of 50. So we have a long way to go, but I loved the one in Pennsylvania, which is in Harrisburg. Cool. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Alrighty. So he says his first time go. Yeah. WordCamps are cool. Honestly, you might find the talks a little disappointing. Like when I first went, I thought they would be a little more technical or, more advanced. So you're going to notice that some of the talks, they're pretty beginner. So you're way beyond most of the talks. So yeah, just networking with the people is what makes WordCamps good. So I do miss that part. And now that we're YouTubers, I think we would go and you're going to get recognized because we went to the Philly one around this time frame. When 2019, I think we went to
it was right before we started traveling.
Yeah, and we got recognized, and this was way before we were as big as we are. We're not that big, of course, but yeah. People knew who the hell we were, and they were like,
kind of strange.
Yeah, they wanted to pick my brain. They were like, how did you rank so well in Philly and all this stuff? I thought that was so interesting. I was like, we just create content and videos. Like there's no magic formula. We don't do SEO or any of that crap. So yeah, a lot of people will try to pick your brain. That might happen. All right. So the COVID days. Yeah. So we were basically just stuck here.
Yeah. I mean, it was obviously hard for everyone, but we were busier than I think we've ever been during this time because I think people were just like, I need to get
a business going
online.
Yeah.
So it was super stressful because of everything going on, but also because we were so busy.
Mm-hmm. That was our busiest time.
I
think we have it written down. I think that was our busiest time ever. When new leads coming in like left and right, like it just was not stopping between this time frame, 2020 to 2022. It just it's not every day, but like we were getting 3-4 leads a week, no problem.
Yeah.
And just landing stuff left and right. So
yeah, I think people just really were
ready
to get their business online, start taking their web presence seriously.
So kind of leading into where we're going now. That's when like money was cheap, meaning like it was cheap to get like business loans and like I think our industry is heavily tied, especially small, to the interest rate because we'll talk about it next. But the leads just are not coming in these days like they were in between this time frame, 2020 to 2022. Leads were coming in, money was cheap. Now high interest rates, leads are not coming in. That's what we're noticing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hey Charlie.
Hi Charlie.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're noticing that's other than that, we were just super busy. That's when we were starting to take
We started to take YouTube a lot more seriously, and we even joined like a YouTube, what was it, like a group?
I think if you're still here, Mark, you're going to like this. So, the Project 24 guys, the income school guys. So that guy, Nate Black, he started kind of like a secret program that we were a part of called Project 12, where he guaranteed in 12 months time that we would be full-time YouTubers. So it's a pretty cool like program that we thought was going to change.
We thought it was going to be a lot different than it actually turned out to be. They pitched it as like one-on-one support and helping you figure out your channel. It was none of that. It was horrible, and we decided to bounce.
We dropped out 3 months in
because we were like, this is just, the advice was like so bad, and like I honestly I don't care if they see this. It was horrible. Like they were telling people to do things that were so stupid. They barely even watched the videos that we were putting out. I could tell, because
so that's when we learned that
he didn't have anything good to say. He was just like the same thing over and over again.
He's still doing the same crap. I think that let me see. He says he knows. Yeah, if you know. So it was a secret program. It was only,
we had to like get accepted, and it was
only like 10 of us, I believe.
Yeah.
So a lot of shady stuff. You saw what happened. Now he left the company. There's a lot of like weird shady stuff with them. So we detached quickly, and that's when we realized that when you are online looking to grow something, especially like a YouTube channel, just be very careful with like who you take advice from. So yeah, smaller scale. He was in something similar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I hope it was better than what we joined, because I mean, we quit, and then like a month later, they actually refunded everybody's money, because they realized that it was not going to work, because they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, we recognized it like kind of early on, but I think they realized like, oh, the things that we were promising, we just can't deliver. So I'm glad that they actually owned up to it and didn't just like take people's money and give them horrible advice.
Because what was it? It was like $99 a month.
Yeah.
It was like, of course, a no-brainer. We're like, hey, we'll do this. We'll listen to you. Everything you say, we're just going to follow you because you know everything. But it was all BS. And most YouTube growth channels, you know what? All YouTube growth channels, they're all BS. Nobody that runs these channels actually knows anything about how Google algorithms work. It's all bull. I'm not going to say the word. I don't know. Do you get demonetized with cuss words? I don't
Probably.
know. BS. It's just BS. We don't know what the hell. Hell's a good one, right? We can say hell.
How about you just don't?
I'm pissed. No, you can see I get angry with this.
To add to that, I would say that a lot of the courses, the webinars, the, growth hack things that you see, you have to be really careful with, because a lot of these people are giving really generic information that doesn't work. And I joined all of them when I was, back in the day when we first started. I joined all of these different things because I wanted to learn. And what I learned was that you just have to trust your gut a lot of times, and just
that's
learn branding. Branding is the most important thing. If you have a strong brand, grow that, and don't pay attention to what this guy is doing and that guy is doing, because they're not you. And it's not going to work for you.
Well, look at what Mark said. He said this is exactly what you're right, because every YouTube growth guy, they're always like, make your videos entertaining, make it. I was like, how the hell am I going to make a Croco block video? Like, tutorials are going to be dry. Yes, you could do some. I could do more production if I wanted. I don't really want to, because it's the content. I just want to get it out. I don't need to entertain and run around and lock her. I'm going to lock her in the room and make her do web design, and I'm going to do some Mr. Beast crap. That's what they tell you to do.
Well, I've been hearing some crazy stuff about Mr. Beast lately. I don't know if you follow Rosanna Pansino's channel, but she's been calling out some crazy stuff that he's doing. So I wouldn't listen to anything that he's doing either.
Yeah. Same thing here. We were sold a dream. That's what it is. We were sold this dream that, hey, in 12 months time, we're going to be full-time YouTubers. We're going to be making millions of dollars. It was all fluff and BS.
I never really thought we were going to be making millions of dollars.
Not millions, but the dream was, hey, in a year's time, we'll make you a full-time YouTuber. Because if they could promise that could sell. They could sell the hell out of that program.
And I think that
it flopped.
I honestly think if they approached it in a different way, like they kind of were saying in the beginning that it was going to be, I think that could have happened, but they were approaching it as like trying to find this magic formula for YouTube, which
there is no magic
formula for YouTube. It's branding. You have to just brand yourself as a certain thing. So
Yeah.
It wasn't what we wanted.
So yeah, so go back to the time frame. Our web design company we were operating the same way, where leads were coming in left and right. Things were going good up until, is this the last one, I believe? Yeah. So we're basically now looking at 2022 to now, or almost closer to like 2023 to now. Is a lot's changed since then. And I believe, what do we have here for the notes?
There's just a lot of things I think changing in our industry. Our industry is always changing, but I feel like the past few years, I would say we've seen a shift.
Yeah, I would say in the past 1 year at least, the leads have just dropped for us completely. Almost like we get very few leads coming in through Google anymore.
And I think because Google's changed so much that, I mean, if you Google anything now, the first page is sponsored ads and now Gemini AI. Yeah. So you're not showing up on the first page like you used to.
So yeah, we can we thought about this, and I think there's two main things. I think it's because, of course, bad economy. So there's less companies, especially in our industry. We target small businesses, so they're not getting loans because the interest rates are so high. So that's one thing. And we also think that so many people have just been burned, because we talk to people all the time who they've been burned by other web design companies, other marketing firms, and then they call us because they know that we're no BS, that we can actually help them. But by then they're burned out, that they might have exhausted their whole budget. So they just don't reach out sometimes. So I think that
I mean, it could be a lot of different things, but there's definitely changes. And what we've noticed is that we've really been working with our existing clients a lot.
Yeah.
So our existing clients are either reaching out because they have new project ideas or they need updates to their existing website. Those people are also referring some new business. So we've a lot of more referrals lately. And the main thing that we've been doing is white labeling. So we've been working with other agencies, and that's been the biggest shift in our business.
That's the main purpose of this video, I guess, is to say that, hey, we're still getting a few leads that come in once in a while, but if you're running a web design business, if you're not getting the leads like you were, it's nothing to do with you and your business. Like I believe that there's a lot of other factors, of course. Hopefully it will get better, sooner rather than later. But we've been in this game for a very long time, and I've never seen it like this. This is the first time where I'm like,
things are different.
Things are so different. Yep. So what is it? Can you go backflip? Nope. If you do dangerous thing.
And you can get it made on social media
there you go, I like
that. I used to be able to do backflips when I was a kid, but it's not happening now.
I can do a front flip on a trampoline, but yeah, to go back, so what are we doing now? So if you've seen our last live stream, we've switched over to like a subscription model. So we're making it very easy, because for a while we had multiple like web design packages. We had custom web design, then we had e-commerce, then we had like a template one. So it was
starting to... We're trying a lot of different things,
yeah,
but we decided just to simplify.
Yeah.
And you can watch the replay of that live stream if you want to learn more about that. But a lot of what we're doing is white labeling work, which is honestly great because it's easier for us to manage. We don't have to go out and chase money, chase clients. The work's coming to us, and it's honestly really fun work. Yeah, so exactly. I'm enjoying it. I know he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then we're also doing video creation.
Yeah, so it's a new thing. I'm starting to see, if you go to our page, I'm looking for companies that like the way I do my tutorials, and then if they want me to like white label, sorry, I don't have any water in here. I can like white label videos for them. So if they have a whole bunch of if you see my Crocoblock videos, like if they have a whole bunch of like documentation and they need it made into like a video format, like that's something that I can do for sure. Let's see some of these comments here. Yeah, our YouTube brings in developers or agencies as viewers and leads to more white. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's true.
I think that's how we got a lot of our white label contracts.
Yeah. Have we done any complex sites with Crocoblock nonprofits? Not really. Like we did the ITCC.
Yeah, I don't think they're technically a nonprofit, but they're an organization.
Yeah.
And we heavily use Crockle-Block to create a whole membership backend, which is really fun.
That was pretty cool. It's like kind of, was it similar to what I showed in the video? No, it's different. It's basically like a big directory.
Yeah.
And then I was using the ACF front end plugin, but now I'm going all in on just Jet Engine and using like Jet Form Builder to like build. I want to keep everything within Crockle-Block now, because I was kind of using like Jet Engine, ACF, another plugin to do ACF front end. It was becoming a bit much. So I'm trying to simplify. Yeah, our life is very much more simplified. Yep.
When you white label for another agency, do you set the terms of the agreement, or do they? Like, who writes the contract and who signs? So we come up with the contract, we set the terms, and then we both sign it.
Yeah.
So
Paul, I know Paul WP Toots. He gave me some good advice on that, because he's done that before. Yeah, you set the terms and everything. You know, you could just do per video. You could do like a series. So if you know you're going to make 10 of them, you can say, hey, these 10 videos are going to cost X amount. Mm-hmm. You know, but I know Paul gave some good advice. He's like, don't ever. I'm definitely not relying on affiliate links anymore either, because that's another thing that I can tell you has dropped off for us a lot. Is we were getting some good affiliate links coming in the past few years, and that's dried up too. So that goes to show people aren't buying the software. Like, I'm seeing a huge trend in that way too. So a lot of
things are changing.
Yeah, I would say if I do more white labeling, we're going to probably just do it like per video.
Yeah. And
I'm just going to, in the beginning, just figure out how much time is going to take. So if it's going to take me 20 hours, I'm just going to build the 20 hours, maybe a round of revisions or something like that. So yeah, I'm talking to a few people right now on some white labeling opportunities, but or some video content creations. But yeah, as of right now, what we're looking for mainly is, what would you say is, I think white labeling is going to be more of the future, at least for our agency. We might still, we're still going to get leads coming in like locally, and hopefully that will get better over the years, but who knows? Like I said, this is the first time since running this business. It's been 10 years now. I'm very uncertain with how organic search is going to work in the future for like leads coming in, because yeah, she said it right. If you go to Google now, like if you type in Philadelphia web design, we're really high up there. Like sometimes we'll rank above like the map pack, but it's not always constant. And so now I'm just noticing we're just getting pushed down further and further, because now it's ads and then the AI crap on the top. And then, yeah,
it's different. And I think that a lot of people are angry about it, but the way I look at it and the way I think everybody should look at it is like, it's going to change. So you have to just pivot and figure it out. And that's hard, but
yeah,
if you're going to survive, that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
so
because we've made so many pivots over the year that's you have to do that. Like,
yeah, as you can see, we've done a lot of pivots,
and not everything works. Like we've done stuff that just did not work at all, which is
I think that's might be another live stream that we do, some of our fails.
Yeah,
because I think it's important to talk about the failures as well, because you learn from the failures.
But what do you think of? I've seen some people out there who they run agencies like ours, but they don't touch e-commerce. Is that something that you would ever consider?
Because no, I like doing.
I like doing e-commerce as long as it's somewhat like contained within the Elementor, Crockle-Block, WooCommerce settings. Like I hate when we have to like go in and like make custom code just for this or a certain plugin just for that. Yeah.
Have you tried to pay for an ad in the space and see if it brings in more leads? We're thinking about doing that. We've done it in the past,
but not enough. Like little, like we'll throw $100 here and there. And of course, it doesn't move the needle. Really.
Yeah, we also I feel like we don't really know enough about how that works to make it effective. So that's something that we have to learn about. But so it's definitely a possibility.
It's a maybe, but the one thing that we like about the YouTube platform is, we always say it, we're using this platform to help grow our brand and like advertise, like, hey, we know what we're doing. Mm-hmm. You can, come to us for work or anything along those lines. So yeah.
I'm 16 years and started my agency for a while now. That's awesome. 16. Yep. Good for you.
I was I'm a dinosaur, but I started back in 1994. So yeah, I don't know, how old was I back then? Yeah, let me see. 19. I can't do math right now. I'm kind of tired. Yeah, I was like around 13. I was around 14 when I first started playing around. Yeah, and it was so funny because I remember I was. It didn't make any sense to me because back then it was like you had to go on a server and like change an index.html file, and it's just I could not wrap my head around if I change this file, it goes on the internet and it like changes to everybody. Like, and then I remember it hit me. I was like, oh crap, this is it. Like, I think I want to do this because I was like, thousands of people might see this. And then from that point, I was like, I remember I created like a Quake clan. I was in a Quake clan back in the 90s. I created a clan website.
A lot has changed with web design.
So what's the best advice you can give me is just watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos and learn that way. That's the way it was.
My advice would be to just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. You know, and trust your gut. Like I said before, be careful who you take advice from because they're going to tell you to do things that aren't going to work for you. So just trust that you're on the right path. If you're 16, you're already so far ahead of a lot of people. So
don't take advice from people who will guarantee you you're going to make $1 million in 7 days, or if they're standing in front of a Lamborghini. Any of those people, don't ever listen to people like that. So depends.
And another thing I'll say is remember how far you've come, because sometimes you forget that. And kind of looking and doing this video, it's like, oh wow, I remember the days when we were literally working in our 600 square foot apartment. Like we had no room. Like I could literally touch the kitchen from where my desk was. Like it was crazy, but we made it work. So don't forget how far you've come, because sometimes you feel like you're not doing good enough or you're not where you should be, but you've done so much already.
Definitely just narrow in on like one thing. Like don't try to like learn React and Next and WordPress and just do one thing. Like for example, we literally just do like WordPress and Elementor. Of course, we touch other things. Like I'll play around with bricks. I'll even do custom coding still, but to our customers, like to your clients, just don't overwhelm them with like, because I've been
so many choices.
I've been to ones where like we do PHP, ASP, Flash, we do all this crap that like is completely irrelevant now, but they still have it on their website. So a customer's not going to go there and be like, I need PHP or I need React. They're not going to know what that means. So
I think that's really good advice.
Yeah. So other than that, I think did we cover pretty much everything?
I think we did. So if anybody has any more questions, put it in the chat and we'll stick around for a few minutes. Otherwise, I think we're.
But I just wanted to get that out there because not a lot of people are talking about the way search is just changing. Like it's like I've been using so much ChatGPT lately to just literally answer anything. Like I just been throwing in like some medical stuff, some technical stuff, and it's throwing me back stuff that literally I did a test. I went to go see if I went to the eye doctor. I threw something at ChatGPT and the doctor literally gave me like the same advice. So it's like, it's giving, maybe don't rely on like ChatGPT for 100% medical advice. But
I would recommend going to a doctor.
But what I'm trying to get at is like, it's changing. Like you used to go to Google and like go to, WebMD and all this other platforms. Now it's just changing. So
I mean, and things are going to change.
Yeah. I don't think
a guarantee.
Yeah. I honestly don't think the future of our agency or maybe even web design agencies is to rely on like local search, Philadelphia web design. I don't think people are going to be typing in Philadelphia web design and be like, click, I want to hire you. There's going to be other elements like a YouTube live stream. They're going to see this or they're going to have to see it on LinkedIn or whatever it may be. So, yep.
I do most of my searches on Perplexity now.
I don't know what Perplexity is.
I don't know.
Is that AI?
Is that an AI thing?
Oh. I moved it. What'd I do?
I don't know.
Okay, I was trying to see what that was. I was going to copy and paste that, but okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's probably just like another
AI tool. Yeah, and there's tons of them now.
Yeah. I just been playing around with ChatGPT just to see what the hell it throws back. It's insane. Okay, cool. So I think we're like 40 minutes deep. Yeah, unless there's any other like questions, but yeah, we just want to make this video and just say that we're changing. We're not relying on local search nearly as much because the leads aren't coming in. The takeaway is we're white labeling. We're noticing that we are able to partner with other companies. They have reached out to us because they got burned too, like going overseas, trying to hire out web design. So they want to hire someone local, even if they're a little more expensive. But yeah, I think that's kind of like the takeaway is if you run a web design agency, it could still work, but you're going to have to learn to pivot and pivot often, I would say, because there's probably going to be some large AI pivot in the near future that we're going to have to do again, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yep.
It's here to stay, and it's just getting smarter
Yep.
literally every day. So
yeah. All right, cool.
So
All right, we're going to
thank
sign
you.
off.